Yes.
Dwayne Yellowhawk,
Yes.
Garfield Apple,
Yes.
Glenn Gibbons,
Yes.
Lydia Bearkiller, James Cross, Sonia Little Hawk Weston.
Quickly, is a proposal going to be attached to this? Because we passed these in March, but it says proposals need to come back to the tribal council.
That's what we might have to have a special council meeting on, to
Okay.
be Haynes and BIA.
Okay. Huh.
Vincent Tulance? Yes. Craig Dillon? Yes. Valentina Merdanian?
Oh, huh.
Ryan Jumping Eagle?
Yes.
Bo Little White Man?
Yes.
Chancey Wilson?
Yes.
Randy Laisbed?
Yes.
Richard Greenwald?
I suppose.
Nikina Mills?
Yes.
Robin Tapio?
Yes.
17. 17, yes.
17 yes, unanimous, motion carried. Next item.
The next one is resolution with KOLC Tribal Council directing and authorizing the EBD committee to explore and proposal to develop a hemp production facility and to bring back to the tribal council for final approval. Motion.
I have a motion and a second by Councilwoman Bearkiller. Madam Secretary, call for the vote, please. It's up to you. We just have X because
Jim Meeks?
Yes.
Dwayne Yellowhawk?
Yes.
Garfield Apple?
Yes.
Glenn Gibbons?
Yes.
Lydia Bearkiller?
Yes.
James Cross? Sonia Little Hawk Weston?
Huh.
Vincent Tulance?
Yes.
Craig Dillon? Valentina Merdanian?
Oh, huh.
Ryan Jumping Eagle?
Yes.
Bo Little White Man? Chancey Wilson? Randy Laisbed?
Yes.
Richard Greenwald?
I guess.
Nikina Mills?
Yes.
Robin Tapio?
Yes.
17 yes, unanimous, motion carried. Next item.
The next one is a resolution approving the YNS Class 2 Gaming Development Placement Agreement. Motion.
I have a motion. Second by Councilman Laisbad. Madam Secretary, call for the vote, please.
Jim Meeks?
Yes.
Dwayne Yellowhawk?
Yes.
Garfield Apple?
Yes.
Glenn Gibbons?
Yes.
Lydia Bearkiller?
Yes.
James Cross? Sonia Little Hawk Weston?
Huh.
Vincent Tulance?
Yes.
Craig Dillon?
Yes.
Valentina Merdanian?
Oh, huh.
Ryan Jumping Eagle?
Yes.
Bo Little White Man? Not voting. Chancey Wilson? Randy Laisbad?
Yes.
Richard Greenwald?
Yes.
Nikina Mills?
Yes.
Robin Tapio?
Yes.
Fifteen yes, 1 no, 1 not voting, motion carried. Next item.
Also, there's no resolution there, but it was passed by committee. And it's the online gaming or online lending. It's not in here. So maybe at the special council meeting, we'll bring that back. The other action I was taking for a 2/3 item for today was the mitigation plan. And that's coming. It'll be here today, but I'll 2/3 it on. The motion to approve the mitigation plan.
Okay, I have a motion. Second by Councilman Tulance. Madam Secretary, call for the vote, please.
Jim Meeks?
Yes.
Dwayne Yellowhawk?
Yes.
Garfield Apple?
Yes.
Glenn Gibbons?
Yes.
Lydia Bearkiller?
Yes.
James Cross? Sonia Little Hawk Weston?
Huh.
Vincent Tulance?
Yes.
Craig Dillon?
Yes.
Valentina Merdanian? Ryan Jumping Eagle,
Yes.
Bo Little White Man, Chancey Wilson, Randy Laisbed,
Yes.
Richard Greenwald,
I guess.
Nikita Mills,
No.
Robin Tapio,
Yes.
14 yes, 2 no, 1 not voting, motion carried. Next item.
This one here came from the EB&D committee and it went to finance committee, but I didn't see finance, the chair, vice chair, two-thirds in this on, but maybe I'll just read it and if they want to motion on, they can, but it's a resolution of Sioux Tribal Council, Sioux Tribe approving the agreement for sale of real estate for $750,000 and authorize the president of Sioux Tribe to execute necessary documents. And this is for the East Wind Casino, the purchase of the grass property, and that was approved by EB&D committee and approved by finance. So I don't know if the vice chair, the co-vice chair, or co-vice chair wants to do this.
You gonna vote? Okay.
Motion?
Okay, got a motion. I got a second by Councilman Dillon. Madam Secretary, call for the vote, please.
Jim Meeks,
Yes.
Dwayne Yellowhawk,
Yes.
Garfield Apple,
Yes.
Glenn Gibbons,
Yes.
Lydia Bearkiller,
Yes.
James Cross,
Yes.
Sonia Little Hawk Weston, Vincent Tulance,
Yes.
Craig Dillon,
Yes.
Valentina Merdanian, Ryan Jumping Eagle,
Yes.
Bo Little White Man,
Yes.
Chancey Wilson,
You betcha.
Randy Laisbad,
Yes.
Richard Greenwald,
Yes.
Nikita Mills,
Yes.
Robin Tapio,
Yes.
17 yes, unanimous, motion carried.
I got 10 more. No, this resolution here was from the last month, the meeting in Porcupine, and this is another finance committee item, but it was a $700,000 loan for 7 years, 7th generation, and at that time, we didn't have a resolution for this, and so we kind of sat on it, but it was a finance committee item, and then Mr. Roos is here, but this is a loan that's really needed by the 7 years, 7th generation, so I don't know if finance committee wants to pursue that, to keep, to add it on to the council agenda, but Mr. Roos is here to answer any questions on that loan.
Motion?
Got a motion? I got a second by Councilman Cross. Madam Secretary, call for the vote, please.
Jim Meeks, Dwayne Yellowhawk,
Yes.
Garfield Apple,
Yes.
Glenn Gibbons,
Yes.
Lydia Bearkiller,
Yes.
James Cross, Sonia Little Hawk Weston, Vincent Tulance,
Yes.
Craig Dillon,
Yes.
Valentina Merdanian,
Here.
Ryan Jumping Eagle,
Yes.
Bo Little White Man,
Yes.
Chancey Wilson, Randy Laisbad,
No.
Richard Greenwald,
Yes.
Nikita Mills,
No.
Robin Tapio,
Yes.
That's going in the gate.
14 yes, 3 no, motion carried. Next item.
Motion to approve the agenda.
You run into these, just what it comes out.
Councilman Little White Man.
This is coming from finance, but it's Mitch Puyer contract from Finance Committee and Law and Order Committee for discussion and decision.
Is that your motion?
Be happy, man.
Item went to Grants Committee and is required to be two-thirds on to Tribal Council agenda.
Is that your motion?
Yeah.
Okay, I got a motion. Second by Councilwoman Little Hawk Weston. Madam Secretary, call for the vote, please.
Jim Meeks,
Yes.
Dwayne Yellowhawk,
Yes.
Garfield Apple,
Yes.
Glenn Gibbons,
Yes.
Lydia Bearkiller,
Yes.
James Cross, Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Ha.
Vincent Tulent,
Yes.
Craig Dillon,
Yes.
Valentino Merdanian,
Okay.
Ryan Jumping Eagle.
Yes.
That threw me off. Bo Little White Man,
Yes.
Chancey Wilson, Randy Laisbed,
Yes.
Richard Greenwald,
No.
Nakina Mills,
No.
Robin Tapio,
Not voting.
Thirteen yes, 3 no, 1 not voting, motion carried. Councilman Little White Man, is that all you have for finance? Is that all you have? Is that everything, Tribal Council? I got a motion by Councilman Cross to approve the agenda, second by Councilwoman Merdanian. Madam Secretary, call for the vote, please.
Jim Meeks,
Yes.
Dwayne Yellowhawk,
Yes.
Garfield Apple,
Yes.
Glenn Gibbons, Lydia Bearkiller, James Cross,
Yes.
Sonia Little Hawk Weston, Vincent Tulent.
Yes.
Craig Dillon, Valentina Merdanian, Ryan Jumping Eagle, Bo Little White Man.
Yes.
Chancey Wilson, Randy Laisbed.
Yes.
Richard Greenwald,
Yes.
Nakina Mills,
Yes.
Robin Tapio,
17 yes, unanimous, motion carried. Thank you, Tribal Council. Tribal Council, I do want to say that we have successfully made our rounds throughout the reservation, hosting a council meeting in every district. We're right back where we started on December 5th. So I want to thank each and every one of you for, coming out to each district for the council meetings. And I just, want to stress and encourage each of you that we continue to work together to make good decisions, as we finish out this administration. So we've been in office for a little over 9 months now, Tribal Council. And I just want to thank each and every one of you for what you've already accomplished, but also to reevaluate what we've set out to do to sit in the circle. Have we initiated everything that we set out to do? Do we still have more ideas, or do we have things yet to accomplish? And anything that I can do to help any of you, to accomplish what you set out to do, what brought you to this circle, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And I just want to thank each and every one of you for your support in helping me to initiate and accomplish some of the things that I've already set out to accomplish. So, okay, wopila tanka ichicha below Tribal Council. Hoachatu. Councilman Apple.
I'd like to give a reminder to the Wounded Knee District Executive Board that when we have items that are supposed to be sent on to the Tribal Council, we need to do that. There's nothing on here from my district for the last 3 months, so they need to come here to council.
Thank you, Councilman Apple. Councilwoman Merdanian, you moved the honoring and the clothing. You want to do the clothing first? I'm waiting for somebody to come to help with this honoring for these children.
Sure. Do we have the resolution? Okay, if we can have the attorney read that resolution?
It's in one document. A resolution of the Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe approving the use of donation funds and East Wind Casino funds for school clothing assistance in the amount of $210,000 total. Whereas Oglala Sioux Tribe adopted its constitution and bylaws by referendum vote on December 14, 1935, in accordance with Section 16 of the Indian Reorganization Act of 1934, 25 U.S.C. Section 5123. And under Article 3 of the Constitution of Oglala Sioux Tribal Council is the governing body of the Oglala Sioux Tribe. Whereas pursuant to the Constitution and bylaws of the Oglala Sioux Tribe, the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council exercises legislative powers to enact and promulgate resolutions and ordinances. Whereas Article 4, Section 1F, 1K, 1M, and 1W empower the Tribal Council to manage the economic affairs of the tribe, protect and preserve the property of the tribe, adopt laws governing the conduct of persons on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation, and adopt laws protecting and promoting the health and general welfare of the Oglala Sioux Tribe and its membership. And whereas Article 4, Section 1T of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Constitution gives the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council the power to delegate to subordinate boards or officers any of the enumerated powers in Article 4, Section 1, reserving the right to review any action taken by virtue of such delegated power. And whereas the Finance Committee is a standing committee of the, losing it here. Whereas the Finance Committee is a standing committee of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council and has been delegated the power to oversee matters relating to finances of the tribe, and whereas on today's date, what is today, September 3rd, 2019, by motion and vote, the Finance Committee, no, wait now. The date when the Finance Committee acted on this, I'm not sure what that is. But anyway, whereas on last Thursday, by motion and vote, the Finance Committee voted to approve $180,000 from donation funds to be utilized for school clothing assistance. And whereas on that same date, by August 29th, 2019, by motion and vote, the Finance Committee voted to approve $30,000 from the East Wind Casino to be utilized for school clothing assistance. Whereas the Tribal Council agrees with the foregoing recommendation of the Finance Committee to approve $210,000 to be utilized for school clothing assistance. Now therefore be it resolved that the Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe hereby approves $210,000 with $180,000 coming from donations and $30,000 from East Wind Casino to be utilized for school clothing assistance and divided up as follows. Number one, $30,000 each for Medicine Root District, Pine Ridge District, and Waukpamni District. $20,000 each for the remaining 6 districts. Certification.
I have a motion by Councilman Jumping Eagle, second by Councilwoman Bear Killer. Madam Secretary, call for the vote, please.
Jim Inks,
Yes.
Dwayne Yellowhawk,
Yes.
Garfield Apple,
Yes.
Glenn Gibbons,
Yes.
Lydia Bearkiller,
Yes.
James Cross, Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Ha.
Vincent Tulance,
Yes.
Craig Dillon,
Yes.
Valentina Merdanian, Ryan Jumping Eagle,
Yes.
Bo Little White Man,
Yes.
Chancey Wilson, Randy Laisbed,
Yes.
Richard Greenwald,
Yes.
Nikena Mills,
Yes.
Robin Tapio,
Yes.
$17 yes, unanimous, motion carried. Thank you, Tribal Council. Tribal Council, we're going to move right on in. I was waiting for somebody, but they are not here, and we're going to move this on because these children are out of school right now. But I received a letter dated July 15, 2019 to OST Chairman from Melissa Blacksmith, the principal of Ishnawicha, Owayawa. During SY 18 and 19, our 4th grade class, along with their teacher, Ms. Kat Heisla, completed a project on Miniwachoni and the new South Dakota law dealing with protesting. Ms. Kat entered their project into competition sponsored by Design for Change USA. Their project was selected as one of 15 winners from across the United States. They have the opportunity to travel to Rome, Italy on November 25th through December 1st, 2019, where they will present their project at the 2019 ICANN Children's Global Summit to a local school in Rome who are hosting mini celebrations for the winners. They will join 4,000 other youth from around the world for this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. They did ask me to, for a monetary donation for the students of $200 per student in the amount of $1,600. They're taking 8 students. But I went and I met with the principal, and I was a little worried and concerned. So I let it stress to them that I don't have a line item to assist with things like that. But what I did offer was my time and a few of the gifts that I have that I was given throughout this administration to be put up for a raffle, and I've been assisting them with their fundraising efforts. I sent out a few letters to some of our contacts, and am hoping to help them to accomplish their goal before November. But at this time, I would like to call forward who are now 5th grade students, correct, Alicia? The 5th grade students, they were 4th grade when they did this. So we'd like to call Ishnawicha students forward at this time. I have their names here, Tribal Council. Scott Dumars, Kaiten Bearrunner, Haley Jenkins, Rakeem Plentywounds, Jakari Red Cloud, Francis Brady, Caitlin Hermany Horses, and Cole Tubals. So at this time, on the behalf of the tribe, I did work with the treasurer, and this was prior to the action taken by finance, but we did get them star quotes for each of these students for their accomplishments in helping to bring about awareness to our the new South Dakota legislation dealing with protesting and Maniwachoni. So I'm going to ask the secretary at this time to help me with these star quotes for these students. Tribal Council, we did have one student that wasn't able to attend, so we'll send his star quote back with their with the staff. He went to go to Rapid City to finalize his passport. So these are our representatives from the Ishnawicha Owayawa Tribal Council. At this time, I'll sing a song for them, and I ask the Creator to bless them and protect them on their journey as they go to not only represent their school, but the community of Oglala, as well as the Oglala Sioux tribe. But furthermore, since they're one of 15 throughout the country, they will also be representing the Oceti Sakowin and the Great Plains region. Wachekiayo, wachekiayo, hayo, hayo, wachekiayo, wachekiayo, hayo, hayo. ye kia yo wa che ye kia yo hai yo hai wa ka ta kai Itan chala wo pila yelo hai chawa kanitawa wa che ye kia yo hai wa che kia yo wa che ye kia yo hai wa che ye kia yo wa che ye kia yo hai Machbia pa we choni hey yamelo wakataka itan jala wo pila yelo hey oh chawa kanitawa wa che kia yo hai oi ho tukashla te wa kantaka tukashla le wa kanja kile tukashla wa oshla po tukashla tukashla I ask that you look this way tukashla I ask that you protect these children tukashla on their journeys and their endeavors in life tukashla I ask for we chose an inawaki tukashla for them. And I thank you, Tukasha, for bringing them. Thank you, Tribal Council.
Julian, if we can have the students, they'd like to introduce themselves, so maybe we can allow them to do that at this time.
Wait, introduce ourselves? What? My name's Cole. Just say my name in what grade? My name is Cole, and I'm in 5th grade.
My name's Rakeem, and I'm in 5th grade.
My name is Francis, I'm in 5th grade.
My name is Scott, and I'm in 5th grade.
Haley, I'm in 5th grade. My name is Jason, I'm in 5th grade. My name is Caitlin, I'm in 5th grade.
Haumitakepi, Dangaego Imachia na Yuha Chante Washtea na Pech Yuza. Sorry I'm late. We were asked to sing an honor song for the students. We're here now. Julian gave me the mic, so we'll sing a song for them.
La koe choka ke choka taoe ho ya te ke wa che ne ya pecha hey oske ya chokata oe yo hey ya hey ya hey yo hey yo yo hey hey yo hey yo yo hey re hey ha hey yo yo hey hey ya hey yo yo hey ha hey ya hey yo yo hey yo hey ya hey ya yo la kota hokshe la chokata we ho ya teke wache ne ya pecha hey yoshke ya chokata we yo hey ya hey ya La kota we che chala ko chakata we ho ya teke wa che ne ya pecha hey yoshke ya chokata we ya hey ya yo. Oh, how'd you do?
Councilwoman Merdani, did you have anything else?
Yes, I just also want to recognize that Tribal Ed did assist them with some monetary donation for this trip, but after we pass this resolution, I would like to make a motion that we forward the remainder of what they've been fundraising, and I'm really proud of these young ladies and young men for all their work, because they went out fundraising as well, and they're still needing some resources to meet that mark to make this trip to Rome. So with that, I would like to send that to Finance Committee to make that decision to assist them as soon as possible.
Thank you, Councilwoman Merdani.
And if we can have the secretary read the resolution, please.
Councilwoman Merdani, also, I guess with that, if you can also include, I believe the chaperones are having some difficulties. They have to raise their own money too.
Yeah, for their passports and so forth, so, I mean, that would be part of that.
The whole thing? Okay.
Resolution of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe and an unincorporated tribe. Resolution of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council honoring 8 fourth grade students from Ishnawicha, Owawa for their achievement in the 2019 ICANN Children's Global Summit in Rome, Italy. Whereas the Oglala Sioux Tribe has adopted its constitution and bylaws by referendum vote on December 14th, 1935, in accordance with Section 16 of the Indian Reorganization Act of 1934, 23 U.S.C. subsection 5123, and under Article 3 of the Oglala Sioux Tribe Constitution, the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council is the governing body of the Oglala Sioux Tribe. And whereas Scott Dumars, Keaton Bear Runner, Haley Jenkins, Rakeem Plentywounds, Jake Harry Red Cloud, Francis Brady, Caitlin Hermany Horses, and Cole Tubuls, along with their teacher Kat Hyslop. And whereas these 8 students worked on a class project related to Miniwichoni and the South Dakota state protest law and submitted it to the Design for Change USA competition. And whereas their project was selected as one of the 15 winners from across the United States and will now present their mini Witroni protest project at the 2019 ICANN Children's Global Summit, along with 4,000 other youth throughout the world in November 2019. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council hereby honors and recognizes Scott Dumars, Keaton Bear Runner, Haley Jenkins, Rakeem Plentywounds, Jake Harry Red Cloud, Francis Brady, Caitlin Hermany Horses, and Cole Tubles, along with their teacher, Kat Heislop, for this great achievement. Certification.
Got a motion, second by Councilwoman Tapio. Madam Secretary, call for the vote, please.
Jim Minks?
Yep.
Dwayne Yellowhawk?
Yes.
Garfield Apple?
Yes.
Glenn Gibbons?
Yes.
Lydia Bearkiller?
Yes.
James Cross? Sonia Little Hawk Weston?
Ha.
Vincent Tulance?
Yes.
Craig Dillon?
Yes.
Valentina Merdanian?
Oha.
Ryan Jumping Eagle?
Yes.
Bo Little White Man?
Yes.
Chancey Wilson? Randy Laisbad?
Yes.
Richard Greenwald?
Yes.
Nikina Mills?
Yes.
Robin Tapio?
Yes.
16 yes, 1 not voting, motion carried. Councilwoman Merdanian?
I'd like to make a motion that we refer the remainder of their fundraising to Finance Committee and that they assist them, and that's including their chaperones as well as a part of that fundraising effort. And so I know that they're still short regarding the amount needed because it's quite expensive getting their passports and everything else for this trip. So with that, that's my motion.
I got a motion. Who was the second? Councilman Gibbons. Madam Secretary, call for the vote, please.
Jim Minks?
Yes.
Dwayne Yellowhawk?
Yes.
Garfield Apple? Glenn Gibbons?
Yes.
Lydia Bearkiller?
No.
James Cross? Sonia Little Hawk Weston?
Ha.
Vincent Tulance?
Yes.
Craig Dillon?
Yes.
Valentina Merdanian?
Oha.
Ryan Jumping Eagle?
Yes.
Bo Little White Man?
Yes.
Chancey Wilson?
Yes.
Randy Laisbad?
Yes.
Richard Greenwald?
Yes, and it should be going through committee.
Nikina Mills?
Yes.
Robin Tapio?
Yes.
Uh, 15 yes, 1 no, 1 not voting, motion carried. Okay, Tribal Council, moving on into our agenda. Pine Ridge Village. Councilwoman Mills?
So the first resolution that I have, wait a minute. I don't, wait, hold on.
I'll read the resolution. The first resolution is the resolution of the Pine Ridge District to give a 30-day notice to vacate the lot or lots to any churches in and around the Pine Ridge District without a current lease agreement. Resolution of the Pine Ridge Village District of the Oglala Sioux Tribe and Unincorporated Tribe. Resolution of the Pine Ridge Village District approving resolution number 19-7 Pine Ridge VD Village District supporting the amendment of the OST Law and Order Code Chapter 9 section by adding section, oh my bad, that's the wrong one too. Sorry, I apologize. These are not in order. Do you
I
have it?
have it. I
Okay, Kina can read it. Sorry.
Sorry. So resolution of the Pine Ridge District to give a 30-day notice to vacate the lots or lots to any church or churches in and around the Pine Ridge District without a current lease agreement. Whereas the Pine Ridge District established by Article 3, Section 2 is part of the governing body of the Oglala Sioux Tribe, and the elected officials of the Oglala Sioux Tribe has recognized Pine Ridge District as part of this governing body. And whereas the Pine Ridge District is in need of lots along main streets for economic development, and whereas the Pine Ridge District will not support any land lease renewal for any church groups along Main Street or any other prime locations that can be used for economic development that has expired lease in and around the Pine Ridge District. And whereas the Pine Ridge District met in a regular meeting on the 28th day of July 2019 with a quorum present, voted to approve and forward this resolution to full council. Now therefore be it resolved, the Pine Ridge District petitions the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council to approve this resolution and allow Pine Ridge District to give 30-day notice to any church or churches to vacate the lot that has had no lease, or if they fail to vacate within the 30 days of notice, all property and buildings will be forfeited to the Pine Ridge District. Motion.
Got a motion, second by Councilwoman Tapio. Madam Secretary, call for the vote, please.
Jim Minks? Dwayne Yellowhawk?
Yes.
Garfield Apple? Glenn Gibbons? Lydia Bearkiller?
Yes.
James Cross? Sonia Little Hawk Weston?
Here.
Vincent Tulance?
Yes.
Craig Dillon? Valentina Merdanian?
Oha.
Ryan Jumping Eagle?
Yes.
Bo Little White Man?
Yes.
Chancey Wilson?
Yes.
Randy Laisbad?
Yes.
Richard Greenwald?
Yes.
Nakina Mills?
Yes.
Robin Tapio?
Yes.
Two no, three not voting.
12 yes, 3,
Two no.
2 no, correction, 2 no, and 3 not voting, motion carried. Next item.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Resolution of the Pine Ridge District of the Oglala Sioux Tribe and Unincorporated Tribe. Resolution of the Pine Ridge District demanding OST road maintenance begin immediate repairs and maintenance on all our roads and cleaning and clearing of all the right-of-ways and curbs / drainages as stated within 638 contract agreement with Bureau of Indian Affairs within 30 days upon approval of this resolution. Whereas the Pine Ridge District established by Article 3, Section 2 as part of the governing body of the Oglala Sioux Tribe and the elected officials of the Oglala Sioux Tribe have recognized Pine Ridge District as part of this governing body. And whereas the Pine Ridge District roads are all inventoried under OST road maintenance, and whereas the Pine Ridge District has potholes and flood damage throughout our district causing damage to vehicles, tires, rims, and whereas the Pine Ridge District believes the OST road maintenance program is out of compliance with their BIA contract with regards to the neglect of the Pine Ridge District roads. Whereas the Pine Ridge District may need to outsource contractors for road repairs and maintenance in and around Pine Ridge District and have contractors bill directly to the OST road maintenance program. Whereas the Pine Ridge District met in a regular meeting on the 28th day of July 2019 with the quorum present, voted to approve and forward this resolution to the full council. Now therefore be it resolved, the Pine Ridge District petitions the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council to approve this resolution so we can have roads in and around Pine Ridge District repaired before winter. And be it further resolved, the Pine Ridge District can put bids out for road contractors to begin road repairs and maintenance in and around Pine Ridge District and bill directly to the OST maintenance budget if OST road maintenance does not begin repairing and the maintenance of our roads within 30 days of this resolution approval by Tribal Council. Motion.
I have a motion. Councilman Little White Man?
Can that be all districts, not just Pine Ridge districts? Because I'm pretty sure we would like to contract out our roads too.
Councilwoman Little Hawk Weston?
You know, it always seems like when a district brings a resolution forward, then it pertains to all the 9 districts. So it always takes a district to open up everybody wanting to jump on board with it. So I don't have a problem with that too. If Pine Ridge Village is okay, I think we've been for how many months been addressing our roads with transportation. You know, so I think that, you know, this is their district, their resolution. They're bringing forward from Pine Ridge Village. And I think if they're okay with it, you know, maybe to, when it comes back as on a tribal resolution, I think maybe we should include all of the 9 districts on there.
Councilwoman Mills?
I would just like to state that this came from our district executive board. So if people are okay with that, then maybe adding like an addendum resolution saying all councils support that. Because this came from our district, it's a district resolution. But I'll second that motion.
Okay, I got a second for that motion. Councilman Yellowhawk?
You know, I believe it should include all districts. You know, Pine Ridge Village is able to get around in practically all weather conditions. The people out in the districts, you know, when the weather comes up, we can't even get around because of the roads are not kept up, are not paved. They're all dirt roads. I think we should include all districts in this matter.
Councilman Jumping Eagle? Councilwoman Bear Killer?
I guess I have the same concerns. We always have the transportation and BIA roads come to the committee meeting, and we're all voicing our concern on the need to repair these roads, and up to this day, nothing. I don't think any of the districts got any kind of service. And if there's no equipment, if there's no manpower, if there's nobody employed, I think they need to bring forward a request for the council to maybe subcontract these roads and get them done. Because I have some elders in my district that need culverts, and you know, they go out there and they take pictures and they blast it all over, but nothing's being done. So either this body, you know, authorizes them to get some of these major roads done before the winter's coming. And then they're all saying FEMA, 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 but you know what? I don't know where we're at with FEMA either. Where's the report on the roads? And EB&D, you know, we go there and we talk about it and we bring it up and nothing. So it just seems like our committee requests, our resolutions, our needs are not even addressed by these 2 programs. And there was a resolution or a solution where we take the motor fuels money and divide it by the districts and shut that program down now. And then maybe the districts could subcontract and get some of these roads done. And also with the bureau money too. So, you know, with this resolution going, maybe we should entertain a motion, you know, to divide that TARO money up now. And let the districts go out and subcontract to get some of these emergency roads done. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. John Long?
Good morning, everybody. I think you need to take into consideration, first of all, that the discussion on utilizing 638 funds, and Dwayne probably knows this better than most, is that money can't be utilized for anything other than what it was intended for within your contract. So more than likely, utilizing 638 funds to contract out to contractors is going to end up being a disallowed cost under your contract. It's a topic I know we don't like to have, but it seems to be based on the conversations you folks are having, and I can't support that. I'm supposed to support the other route. But maybe an alternative is retroceding the program back to the Bureau and placing that responsibility on the Bureau.
Thank you. Councilwoman Tapio.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just kind of want to reiterate and reaffirm what Lydia said. Some of us have been sitting here for 6-7 years waiting for our roads to even get looked at or get any kind of help, And we waited 6 months for some medical people up at the old hospital to get their road bladed, just bladed, mind you. And so, the people are the ones that are out there suffering, and maybe we need to take a look at dismantling that program and giving the money back to the districts and letting the districts handle their own roads, because maybe something will happen sooner, because nothing's changed in the last 6-7 years in Pine Ridge. In fact, it's getting worse. So I just want to move ahead with this, and I see that Oglala has a resolution coming forward to take back equipment and things like that. So, these are some strong recommendations that maybe we need to give it a try something new. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Little Hawk Weston.
I think that with what the superintendent is telling us is probably written in the 638 contract, but again, I think as a tribe, we've been voicing our concerns for many years about our roads, and more so this past winter when we had the storms and the blizzards, the flooding. I mean, all of us were concerned about our roads. But I think this is a EB&D issue, and I think that Mr. Cross and I talked, I think Friday, I think it was, where we wanted to bring back the transportation department, and I think we need to bring them back to the table and discuss the roads before winter hits. And I think that I think we should be, given that time to maybe sit down with them and address the roads, because that, again, is under our EB&D committee.
Thank you, Councilwoman Little Hawk Weston. Councilman Tulans.
I do have elderlies in my district too that the road hasn't been fixed since the blizzard hit, and there was a one-time blade, and they're elderly, heart patients, and they're dialysis patients. So I'm up, let's try something new if it ain't working. So.
Thank you. I got a motion and a second. Councilman Greenwald.
Right now, what my understanding, talking to some of the guys, is that they don't, if you're the president, so you could have some say-so over the day-to-day. But what's happening is you guys are calling them. You guys are telling them, I want this road done. So they're taking their manpower, stopping what they're doing, and they're coming and doing that one private road for you, or that one private road over here, that one private road over here, instead of planning and scheduling to bring all 6 of their blades to one district and taking care of that district, move from district to district and doing that. They're not. They're stopping what they're doing because some council person is calling them. And the other thing is Pine Ridge was put on the shit list this past term by some of you council reps, saying Pine Ridge gets everything, when we don't. Pine Ridge is the hub where everybody comes to in the morning. Last winter, Pine Ridge, if you notice, the roads were snow all over in them. They weren't getting plowed. So you had all these people trying to come into Pine Ridge to take care of stuff. They weren't getting plowed. So what did we do? The district bought 2 blades, and myself and my district president bladed the roads all winter long. That wasn't your tribal program doing our roads in Pine Ridge. That was us doing our roads. So when you seen them nice cleaning roads in Pine Ridge, thank you. Was not your roads department. That was us doing it ourselves. So quit saying Pine Ridge gets everything. They don't. We're on the shit list because of some of you calling out there and putting us on that list. Don't go to Pine Ridge. They get everything. Leave them alone. You need to come to my district first. That's what's happening. And we'll do our blading again this winter. I don't mind doing it, and neither does our president. But quit using it as an excuse. Allow this president and the team that are out there to go around and do district by district. Let them come up with a schedule on trying to fix some things instead of dragging them all across the res for a private road here, a private road there. Let them come out and do your whole district. Pick a week. We're going to go take care of Walk-Bomany District and everybody in there and let them do it. Watch, if you guys leave them alone, they'll be able to do something, I promise you. And let the president handle that. Let's put this on his shoulders let's start in these districts, Mr. President. On the other side, if it ain't going to work, then give it back to the BIA.
Thank you. Councilwoman Bearkiller?
I would like to know the names of which roads they're fixing. And then I also would like to ask the BIA superintendent, what exactly is the BIA roads? Because it's the main highways. We're not really looking at BIA. And what is Pine Ridge? Is Pine Ridge all BIA roads, or is that all like the motor fuels roads? There's differences between the BIA roads and the motor fuels roads. And the concern I have is with the motor fuels. And every time we bring them in committee, it's a joke. Because we make motion after motion and nothing's done. And I don't think we should take it back to committee. I think this council needs to deal with motor fuels, and if they can't do the work, I think we need some terminations to happen and get people out there that can do it with contracts. We need to subcontract these out. So and that's what they keep saying. Every time they come to committee, they say, oh, they told us to go over here and over here and over here. So which council is doing that? Because I know I'm asking for our roads to get done and nobody's doing that. So which council has more authority over the rest of us? I'd like to know.
Thank you. Councilman Cross?
I know this here issues needs to be discussed, but I know a lot of committee members been missing committee too, and you've been missing out on the information that's being brought to the committee. But there was a new director that was hired there, and what he told committee was that during the process of getting 8 blades, right now there is a plan in place already, was what we were told, and so I think to allow that to happen, and I think it seems like it is going to move in the direction that we want it to move, and so we did talk about setting up a meeting here either this coming Friday or next Friday with FEMA, transportation, and Steve Wilson, and to start looking at the strengths and weaknesses of what happened last year with the blizzard that hit, and to look at those weaknesses and to look at strengthening those weaknesses and to start preparing, because right now they're still dealing with the aftermath of the last blizzard and the last rainstorms. And so they're still playing catch up to those. And we're not the only tribe, but I mean, all the region around us that got hit are still dealing with that. Even Bennett County is dealing with it. And so we're still dealing with this, and we want to address this. And I think this needs to be fair all the way across the board. I don't think we should be pointing fingers at anybody. The roads are really important, and I know there was some talk about training for the motor fuels program employees, and they are upping their employees there. The biggest problem that we have, tribal council, is to try to find our young men or women to apply for those positions, but to be drug and alcohol free, because that's where the big downfall is in all of our programs. And so if we can get those employees there, I think we'll have a full staff of operators. And it's always been stressed to us by not only by motor fuels but water and sewer. I know we never really got to a point where we wanted Taro to be a part of this too, to have those trainings, And so I just want to say that we are working on it through the committee, and just and I know Pine Ridge is, I know Pine Ridge and Oglala have a district resolution coming forward too, but I mean these should be brought back to the committee, and I know the district chairs are welcome to the committee meetings too, and they're open. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Cross. I'll acknowledge Councilwoman Whitehorse at 12:20. Councilman Jumping Eagle.
yeah, I think we all have the same concerns in our districts, you know, and we can all sit here and go back and forth all day long, but the main thing is our roads are not being done, you know, and if we do call the people who are in charge up there, it's because I'm like what Lydia said, you know, we have heart patients, dialysis patients who call us. They can't get to their appointments. They can't make it to dialysis. They elected us to be their voices, you know, so I have no problem of calling them and saying, can you do this road? Because we were elected to do that. We're their voice, you know, so the ball's being dropped somewhere on these roads not getting fixed, and that's what we need to figure out. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Apple.
I've been elected to help our people, and I'm going to do that now, asking for the support of this council to look at dividing the money up in motor fuels to contract our district, because when they gave that report to us, he told us that he had new people in there that he's training. It takes years to know how to do a road. You can't just get out there and fix a road. It takes years. I've been there. I've trained under heavy equipment, and it doesn't take overnight skill. It's not an overnight skill. I think that we need to contract out this year, contract out our services to get our roads fixed. We don't even have one road fixed in our district, let alone asking for them to fix a road. We need to see some kind of accomplishment, at least one road fixed, you know. That's what we've been asking. In my district, we need our roads fixed, and the only way we're going to do that this year is to contract it out and get it done in that short period, rather than talk about it. So I'm all for supporting to contract out our roads for motor fuels. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Yellowhawk?
Yes. I think the motor fuels and EDB have a plan on working on that. And I too speak for the Eagle Nest District because we're so far out there. You know, we're the last ones to get to any kind of resources out of Pine Ridge. It's unfortunate that everything is located out there. Maybe we should establish a hub in Kyle, right in the dead center of the reservation, so we can get better services out in our area. And I will speak up for my my district, that we will address our needs. And I speak for my people too, so thank you.
Thank you. I have Councilman Laysbad next, and Councilman Gibbons and Councilwoman Whitehorse, and then I'm going to cease discussion and run this vote. Councilman Laysbad.
Okay, thank you, Chair. My question was pertaining to motor fuels. If we were to disperse equally to the districts, how far would the districts get? Because you know the cost of the equipment and the fuels that go with it. So this is one thing that we need to really sit down and examine if we were to split the money back into the districts and contract it out. Because if the district were to get their part of the money, and if they ran out of money, they will be coming back to the tribe and saying, help us out again. I mean, this is just one thing to start thinking about. This is where we need to sit down, EB&D committee, and start hashing things out to where before we bring it to council once again. So thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Gibbons.
Thank you, President. The Wounded Knee District had a meeting, and we've got a resolution to split up the motor fuels based on miles. We have a plan. We've got roads that weren't attended to. We've got, everybody else's problem, just like Mr. Jumping Eagle said. We got dialysis patients. This morning I learned of a year-old young man who road hasn't been fixed yet, and he needs medical attention. Nobody knows our roads better than we in our district. We got the White Horse Creek Road, BIA 33. It hasn't been fixed since, it's been a while. Last fall, and that's unacceptable. We've got people who live on these roads who need to be accessible to IHS, to dialysis, and we've got a plan. The Wounded Knee District has a plan, and it's not about who's doing what with what. It's we know our roads, and we've got operators. And you know, when it comes down to it, and we get the blizzards, we have our own priority list, and we know who needs to get out first. So with the resolution from the Wounded Knee District, I am in full support of doing motor fuels to help the districts, each of them. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Councilwoman Whitehorse.
Thank you. You know, this is an issue all across the res. I mean, our district contracts for snow removal as well. And, but we don't have that many miles in BIA roads. Just out to VTAL, I think, right? And part of, yeah. And, but I think I'm going to motion to table, send it back to EB&D and have them come back with a plan at the next council meeting on the motor fuels money, because everybody thinks the motor fuels money is a big pot, but it's not. They average about a little over $1 million a year. And once you divide that up into 9 districts, that's just barely over 100,000. That's not even enough to buy a snowplow. So we need to really think about what we're trying to do and what we can do. So with that, I'm going to motion to table, send back to EB&D, and have EB&D come back with a plan at the next council meeting.
Your district resolution? You're tabling?
I'm tabling your district resolution.
Okay, got a motion and a second by Councilman Wilson. Madam Secretary, call for the vote, please.
I didn't either. I wanted to say something.
Yeah, let me run the vote.
Jim Inks,
Yes.
Dwayne Yellowhawk,
Yes.
Garfield Apple,
No?
Glenn Gibbons,
No.
Lydia Bearkiller,
Yes.
James Cross, Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Ha.
Vincent Tulance,
Yes.
Craig Dillon,
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse,
Yes.
Valentina Merdanian,
Here.
Ryan Jumping Eagle,
Yes.
Bo Little White Man,
Yes.
Chancey Wilson,
Yes.
Randy Laisbeth,
Yes.
Richard Greenwald,
No.
Nikina Mills,
No.
Robin Tapio,
No.
Yes, 6 no, motion carried. Councilman Dillon, did you still have anything you needed?
Yeah, I wanted to say something. You know, last week I got a hold of Mr. Tyrell. There's an issue that's pending on the Allen Road that could save the tribe money and the county money, and that is the road needs to be fixed by the 11th of September, and it's about 2 tables wide by about 3 tables long. It's just a strip across the road. And if we don't get that repaired, then it's going to end up costing the tribe and the county all the money that they put in it so far. And we spent probably $8 million getting that road built, we built it from ground up. We took the old road out, put a new grade in, and made the road nice. But in the process, we had a faulty culvert that was put in there, and it washed out during all of the springs overflow and everything. And I asked that that be prioritized. I asked that that be prioritized months ago, and nobody's fixed it. And so I'm going to make a motion today that, Mr. Chairman, that you and Chief of Staff direct that department out there to get out and fix that road so it can save us $100,000 possibly. And I don't think anything else is pressing for time like that little strip of road is, because if we don't fix it now, we're going to end up getting the whole bill ourselves when we do fix it. So that's my motion, is that we prioritize that to get it fixed by the 11th. All they have to do is go in and take some rock out and put in the asphalt and level it. That's my motion.
We've got a motion and a second by Councilman Cross. Madam Secretary, call for the vote, please.
Jim Meeks,
Yes.
Dwayne Yellowhawk,
Yes.
Garfield Apple,
Yes.
Glenn Gibbons,
Yes.
Lydia Bearkiller,
Yes.
James Cross,
Yes.
Sonia Littlehawk Weston,
Ha.
Vincent Tulent,
Yes.
Craig Dillon,
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse,
Yes.
Valentina Merdanian,
Here.
Ryan Jumping Eagle,
Yes.
Bo Little White Man,
Yes.
Chancey Wilson,
Yes.
Randy Laisbad,
Yes.
Richard Greenwald,
Yes.
Nikina Mills,
No.
Robin Tapio.
No.
Fifteen yes, 3 no, motion carried. Is that everything, Mr. Dillon?
You know, I want to offer my apology to Cora today and how this council acted when you was arrested, which I believe was illegally. And there was a petition going around to have a council meeting, but I didn't sign that because this body is part of the process. And I hope we learn from that we don't have to jump into the middle of an investigation. We have to wait until the process is complete, because we are part of the process. And if we get all the information prior to making our decision, then we're tainted. We can't do that. So on behalf of the council, Cora, I want to apologize for what happened, where you was judged guilty prior to even anything coming out of it. What happened is we had an officer that was overzealous who had payback on his mind when he dealt with Cora. So I'm welcoming you back, and I apologize for any inconvenience.
Thank you.
Yes, welcome back, Councilwoman Whitehorse. And I mean, that is, I agree with you, Mr. Dillon. You know, that's why I didn't bother to try to reach out to Rosebud, to leave that alone, because one, it was a separate jurisdiction. That one, we had no control over. Two, it's a separate branch of government. It was in a judicial branch of the government. So, again, we're not supposed to touch that until something was signed by a judge. So that's why I too chose not to, engage until we had a definite answer, and a judgment, because we all have a right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, not in a committee, not in a tribal council, but by a court of law. So that's why I chose to just sit back and, give one of our own elected officials the benefit of the doubt, because that's the same respect that I would show each and every one of you if you were ever in her position. But now that this is resolved and, and her innocence has been proven, that, I will stand behind Councilwoman Whitehorse to ensure that, we get an apology from the Rosebud PD, for, they seen an opportunity and they jumped all over it to victimize one of our legislators. So, again, I would like to say welcome, Cora, and anything I can do to help to support you to move forward in this process, please let me know. Councilwoman Merdanian, you had your hand raised.
I think it's a moot point now. We were trying to get this motion moving forward that Pine Ridge brought forward, and so if we can move on with our agenda, that would be great.
Thank you. Councilman Meeks, you had something you wanted to say?
I'll keep it short.
Thank you.
Back to the roads, it don't matter if our motor fuels, our BIA, they go day and night. They're not going to get our roads all fixed up before winter. And so, to be realistic, I do believe we need to look for some outside help, maybe like the National Guard or somebody from the outside to come in and help us, 60 days or something. But we're not going to do it ourselves. Amen.
Thank you, Councilman Meeks. Mr. Puyer.
Council, I just wanted to, I know he's talking motor fuels, but Robin's subject was road maintenance. So it kind of got off track. So it should have been road maintenance rather than motor fuels, but Cora's motion already tabled motor fuels, and so I don't know if the lawyer would have to determine if road maintenance is still part, that's what came to the floor, road maintenance.
The question was specifically asked by Ms. Whitehorse. Ms. Tapio asked her if she was tabling her resolution, and she said, yes, that's what she was doing. Well, she tabled the district resolution.
Councilman Yellowhawk.
Yes, that's my understanding.
Thank you. Councilman Wilson.
Everybody else talks. I thought it's my turn. No. Ever since I can remember, the problem is lack of money in the BIA road maintenance program. And they only give us a set of set of money. Maybe we need to look, and John, Superintendent, brought it up about retroceding the transportation program back to the BIA. And if we're going to do it, this is the time, because the new fiscal year starts October 1st for the federal government. And you can look at our roads, even when they came in and fixed the potholes, some of the potholes, they never went from Kyle to Wambalee. They left every pothole, every spot in the road. I invite you just to drive east of town, Kyle, here a couple miles, and see the potholes all the way to at least Interior Junction. It's and there's other roads too that the road maintenance has deliberately, or not deliberately, but hasn't done. They blame it on their funding. There was equipment set up to the reservation line on the north side of XU for 2 years. So with that said, I am going to motion to retrocede transportation back to the BIA for the 2020 fiscal year.
I have a motion on the floor. Who's the second? Councilman Little White Man, is the second? Councilwoman Whitehorse, did you have something?
I don't agree with giving things back to BIA once we say we can do it. And we have been working at a national level to try and change the funding formula, and we've actually been making strides. James, Dave, Dakota, Longbreak, and Chairman Frazier, for a few years now. And everything moves like molasses in January in DC. But I think that we need to come to an agreement and have a plan. I really don't agree with turning back road maintenance back to BIA. And we really do need to have a fair plan, because I know that some districts feel like they're being left out, but until you have to drive daily on the roads on this side of Porcupine or this side of Wounded Knee, you don't know what a bad road is. Try going across Heisel. Imagine living out there in that community. Or living out to North Route. And they work on North Route every year and it's still bad. So I think we need to just make sure that we have a plan and maybe finally get a permanent director or something who will continue to work on it. And we're hoping that with the South Dakota delegation's work on the transportation funding, that we can get more funding. Because the need is great here, but we really do need people to attend those meetings. It's really hard when there's only 3 people from Great Plains in a room full of 400 people. It's really hard. We need to find a way to leave the res sometime and go to a meeting in DC or Arizona. Or where was the last meeting, James? Connecticut? Whoever wants to meet in Connecticut. Or Alaska. And that was terrible because nobody from South Dakota or from our tribe went to Alaska. And nobody is in Bismarck from our tribe for the Great Plains Tribal Leaders Summit this week either.
Councilwoman Little Hot question.
Thank you, Mr. President. You know, I really feel the same way too as Cora. You know, I think sometimes we shoot from the hip in this circle here. And I really want to say today that we need to quit doing that. I mean, we should come back with a plan. And I think we beat this transportation issue to death this morning here because all of us have issues within our districts. Waupami has great issues, great concerns with the roads. We're on the west side, we're on the east side, we're in the central side, we're surrounding Pine Ridge Village. You know, that's how big our district is. And so we got road issues, you know, we got medical issues, everything. And I'm one of those councilwomen that has a voice for our people. So I'm one of those ones that called the transportation when my elderly is calling me about their roads being bladed because they got cancer, they got dialysis, they got to get to their appointment. So I'm one of those councilwomen that do call transportation, that do bug those men up there to get out there and blade those roads for our people. You know, it doesn't stop me from doing that because I've been doing that since I've been on this tribal council circle. So I'm going to say today that that's our job sometimes. I wish today we could just be legislators. We can just legislate laws and legislate what needs to get done for our people. But you know what? It's not that way. We have to be voices for our people. So today I want to say that, you know, let's not shoot from the hip. You know, when we 638 something, you know, we told the BIA that we're going to run this program ourselves as a tribe, but by God, we better run it good. And our people in transportation office better be listening to us today. We got great concerns about our roads, and we can't keep bringing you to the EB&D committee and hearing the same rhetoric over and over. Let's quit that. Let's start getting something done. Winter's just right around the corner. I'm not going to sit here and be calling you every other day to say blade that person's road, because I do that. I'm one of those councilwomen that do that, and I want you all to hear it today. You guys should do the same thing. You should call. You know, so today I'm going to say today that we can beat this to death, but let's take it back to EB&D, come back with a plan. And besides, that's not on the agenda, Mr. Wilson.
Thank you. Councilwoman Bear Killer.
Okay, so on this, I'm not going to support the retroceding until there's a plan. But at the same time, you know, way before the storm. I think you guys remember last administration in the second year, I brought a resolution and this body passed it for some roads to be done. Those roads still not been touched. So, and I call up there too. But I guess the directors and the employees, they'll determine who they're gonna help and who they're not gonna help. See, that's the unfairness of these programs. They help who they want. And the rest of us, we're calling in on our roads too, and nothing is getting done. So I think we need to really look at it. And I think it's this body that should deal with it. Like he's saying, the president, you have that authority. I think we need to bring them in here and we need to have them deal or give this body some answers so our district would be aware. Because we do it in committee and all these excuses, all these, we will get it, we will do this, no, they just make all these excuses and nothing gets done. And that's the EB&D committee. I'm tired of going to the roads meeting because nothing gets done. But at the same time today, I think out of respect, I would like to welcome Cora back too. And, one of the things that I will not and probably will never do is to deny due process for any of us sitting in the circle. And some of you guys, you guys are tacked with the committees and whatever. And I think you do owe Cora an apology. But for me, I'm not going to apologize for myself, or am I going to apologize for any one of you guys sitting in here violating the due process of one of us sitting here that's been elected by the people. And I'm glad I didn't go there. So I just wanted that for the record on my behalf. Opila.
Thank you, Councilwoman Bearkiller. I do have a motion and a second to retrocede transportation back to the BIA. Motion by Councilman Wilson, second by Councilman Little White Man. Councilman Yellowhawk, use your microphone. Thank you.
Why are we requesting to retrocede? Motion for retrocede. We have people that are running programs. And if we don't have enough faith in our people, why contract programs? I think it's self-determination. Oglala Oyate means needs to go forward. We should contract all programs, I think. That's the only way we can determine our own destiny. We can't stop blaming, we're blaming people when we should be blaming ourselves for not able to run the roads program. We have good people that can do that. We got to have faith in our people. We got to have a lot of resourceful people within our tribe. We need to concentrate more on the whole reservation, not just one area. I think we all become territorial. And, granted, some districts receive more services because of the fact that they're resourceful and moving forward. We all need to move forward. So I think we just need to go the course. I think we just spend a lot of time talking to other things and doing business for the tribe. Let's go forward and conduct business.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Whitehorse.
A motion to table that motion.
Got a motion to table.
Till after his plan comes back. Till EB&D's plan comes back.
I got a motion to table, second by Councilwoman Little Hawk Weston. Madam Secretary, call for the vote, please.
Jim Meeks,
Yes.
Dwayne Yellowhawk,
Yes.
Garfield Apple,
Yes.
Glenn Gibbons,
Yes.
Lydia Bearkiller,
Yes.
James Cross,
Yes.
Sonia Little Hawk Weston, Vincent Hulans,
Yes.
Craig Dillon,
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse,
Yes.
Valentina Merdanian,
Here.
Ryan Jumping Eagle,
No.
Bo Little White Man,
No.
Chancey Wilson,
No.
Randy Laisbad,
Yes.
Richard Greenwald,
No.
Nikena Mills,
No.
Robin Tapio?
No.
Eleven yes, 7 no, motion carried. Back to Pine Ridge Village.
So resolution of the Pine Ridge District to not support adding the proposed background expungement ordinance to Law and Order Code. Whereas the Pine Ridge District established by Article 3, Section 2 is part of the governing body of the Oglala Sioux Tribe and elected officials of the Oglala Sioux Tribe has recognized Pine Ridge District as part of this governing body. And whereas the Pine Ridge District considers that by adding expungement law to the Law and Order Code, the Oglala Sioux Tribe will only be enabling and promote persons to commit crimes small and large, knowing it may have a chance of being removed from background checks and investigations. And whereas the Pine Ridge District met in a regular meeting on the 28th day of July 2019 with the quorum present, voted to approve and forward this resolution to a full tribal council. Now therefore be it resolved, the Pine Ridge District petitions the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council to not approve the proposed expungement law into the Law and Order Code. Motion.
I have a motion, second by Councilwoman Tapio. Councilwoman Whitehorse.
I thought these were coming from Law and Order. Didn't we motion in Law and Order to send them back to the districts?
Councilwoman Mills.
So in Law and Order Committee about a month and a half ago, we had 4 proposed ordinances that we as officials in Law and Order Committee were to take back to our districts for discussion and to see if they support or not support. And that's what this one is not supporting that expungement ordinance. For clarification. Even though it is currently not on the agenda for discuss, or it's not in the Law and Order thing, but they still want to have this resolution read from the district.
So we're now requiring no action on this. We just wanted to okay. So it's duly recorded. Thank you, Pine Ridge Village. Next item. Wait, no. Councilwoman Mills, after you read that resolution, you did say motion.
I said motion because I don't, are we still we should still, if the district still wants support for that resolution when it is brought back for future.
So are you just motioning to recognize or?
Oh, yeah, I need a motion, but nobody seconded, so.
Councilwoman Tapia did.
Oh, okay, so yeah, run the vote.
Motion to.
Motion to support or to vote on the resolution.
Okay.
I guess I would need a clarification on that. If you motion to approve it or whatever, is that going to put it into the code? Russ?
What I recall from the Law and Order Committee is that these expungement and another was tabled for additional hearings with the districts, right?
That's correct.
So
supposedly, it goes back to the districts, and districts will review it, and like Pine Ridge District, they did not support that. It's going to go back to Law and Order Committee. From there, if it's, will go to the council. So it's just basically information back to Law and Order.
Well, excuse me, but this is a district resolution supporting, excuse me, not supporting the expungement. So they're putting forth their position on it, which is what the Law and Order requested.
Councilwoman Little Hawk Weston.
I think we're kind of putting the cart before the horse here. When the Law and Order Committee met on these resolutions, they were to go back to our districts for review, then come back to Law and Order Committee with whichever way the district said they wanted, if they approved it or not approved it, supported it or whatever. Then, if it passes to Law and Order Committee, then we bring it back to the full council. But it looks to me that the district just came directly from the district and brought it straight to the tribal council. And I don't think some of us districts even had a chance yet to, I just gave my district the resolutions last week to be put on the district agenda for them to review. And so I don't want to, I think what we wanted to do is bring back all of them. And we gave ourselves a timeline, I think it was September 18th, to bring everything back to law and order, and then we would move it on to tribal council at the end of September. So I think that right now, Wakpamni District is got these resolutions, and they're gonna review them. So I think we're kind of jumping the gun here.
Correct.
Out of respect for Pine Ridge Village, you know, maybe this is what they support, don't support, but that should come back to law and order.
Right. So Councilwoman Mills, can you please reiterate your motion here? I mean, if it's supposed to go back to law and order, then let's send it back to law and order.
So I read the resolution. My motion is to vote on the resolution that
What are we
Pine Ridge
voting though?
District-
Just to accept it or?
Yeah, it's a resolution, again, resolution of the Pine Ridge District demand, no, wait, sorry. Sorry, so resolution of the Pine Ridge District to not support adding the proposed background expungement ordinance to law and order code. That, it's a resolution and that was my motion.
Right, that's the district resolution. I mean, but what are you motioning? To
It's
support
the
this,
motion
to accept it,
To vote on
to?
to vote on the resolution to not support the expungement code that Law and Order Committee is presenting.
Okay, she reiterated her motion. Madam Secretary, call for the vote.
Jim Meeks,
No.
Dwayne Yellowhawk,
Abstain.
Garfield Apple,
No?
Glenn Gibbons,
Abstain.
Lydia Bearkiller,
No.
James Cross,
Yes.
Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
No.
Vincent Tulance,
Nope.
Craig Dillon,
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse,
No.
she said no. Valentina Merdanian, Ryan Jumping Eagle, Bo Little White Man, Chancey Wilson,
Yes.
Randy Laisbeth,
Abstain.
Richard Greenwald,
Yes.
Nikina Mills,
Yes.
Robin Tapio,
Yes.
Okay, we have 7 yes, 7 no, 3 abstain, 2 not voting. I'll break the tie and I vote yes. Next item, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Resolution of the Pine Ridge District of the Oglala Sioux Tribe and Unincorporated Tribe. Resolution of the Pine Ridge District to support the 72-hour hold on persons in possession of illegal drugs and/or prescription drugs they do not possess a valid prescription for. Whereas the Pine Ridge District established by Article 3, Section 2 is part of the governing body of the Oglala Sioux Tribe, and the elected officials of the Oglala Sioux Tribe has recognized the Pine Ridge District as part of this governing body. And whereas due to the high rate of drug use of prescription and non-prescription drugs in our community, and whereas the Pine Ridge District and the Oglala Sioux Tribe have the same interest in providing solutions to assist our community members with a safe and drug-free community, and whereas the Pine Ridge District met in a regular meeting on the 28th day of July 2019 with the quorum present, voted to approve and forward this resolution to the full tribal council, a valid prescription, at which time they can be arraigned and bond can be set by a judge of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Court. Motion.
We have a motion, second by Councilwoman Mills. Did you have something?
Yeah, Mr. Chair, thank you. I just have a comment. You know, we sent these back to the districts for revision and for, to get their position on them. And that's why we brought these here today, because in the past, Law and Order has sent things out and it sat there for 30, 60, 90 days, and sometimes nobody ever commented. And so our district decided that we would kind of try to be ahead of things this time. And so that's why we brought these resolutions forward. I apologize if it's premature to the Law and Order Committee, but like I said, sometimes I've seen things sit in Law and Order for months on end. So that was the whole intent of Pine Ridge Village District today, was to bring their position forward today. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Little Hawk Weston.
Thank you, Mr. President. You know, I think that this Law and Order Committee, this administration has been really working diligently with our 9 districts. And I think we've been passing things, but we would send them back to our districts for review. This is another resolution that was to go back to our districts and come back to Law and Order Committee. And so our district, again, I'm going to say today that we sent these, I gave these to our district. It hasn't even been reviewed yet by our Wakpamni district. And we were planning on bringing it back September 18th and then bringing it onto tribal council floor. So that was our Law and Order Committee's action, I think. But again, in the committee, you know, I think some of us really said we would do this. But again, it came, like Ms. Tapio said, it came straight from the district. So the district is kind of wanting to move ahead and saying that they support this. But you know, just earlier, you know, I want to say today that as a tribal leader that I do fight against drugs and alcohol and misuse of prescription drugs. But what I think our Law and Order Committee said, and again, what Mr. Dillon said earlier, you know, you already find somebody guilty when they're innocent till proven guilty in the court of law. And today, a lot of times in this circle, we tend to judge, and we already judge someone. And I think that I don't want to do that to our people, you know, across the reservation. Or if they're gonna get caught with something, and what if it was something that, you know, to me, it could be something that maybe it was their prescription drugs, or something could happen, anything could happen. But we're going to put them in for 72-hour hold. You know, we have domestic violence out there that we had a law that we are working on currently, but we used to have a 72-hour hold on domestic violence. And today we couldn't even find that law anywhere in our books after we took Changleshka back. You know, and so again, you know, there's other serious violent crimes committed today by, I'm speaking as a Law and Order Committee member and the Vice Chair of the Law and Order Committee. But again, you know, we have another one that's in front of us, so I guess that'll be up to the governing body.
Thank you. Councilman Yellowhawk.
Yeah, speaking of the chairman of the Law and Order Committee, these ordinances are proposed. They were supposed to be taken back to each district and have the people take a look at it and have an input in it. We got quite a large reservation, quite a population out there. Each district needs to be aware of what the